In May 1937, the British Air Ministry prepared a specification S-2437s for a new generation of three-seat multi-purpose deck aircraft, torpedo carrier, dive bomber, and reconnaissance aircraft, to replace the Albacore, which was still under construction. Negotiations and adjustments to the specifications took quite a long time. Their final version was ready only in February next year. Of the designs by 7 firms submitted to the tender, the customer chose the Fairey Type 100, the only one with retractable landing gear. Characteristic features of this project were a high-mounted wing and complex kinematics of the main landing gear struts retractable in the wing. The company was awarded a contract to build 2 prototypes, but their production was slow. Perhaps the leadership deliberately delayed the work not to jeopardize realized with a delay order for Albacore. As a result, the first prototype with a Merlin 30 engine was flown on the 7th of December 1940, 6 months behind the contract schedule, and the second on the 29th of June 1941. The test showed problems with balancing. Originally the Type 100 had been designed for an air-cooled engine, but it was necessary to install a longer, liquid-cooled engine. It was necessary to redesign the tail by moving the stabilizer to the keel and to modify the wing mechanics. The tests were completed in February 1942, after which the Barracuda was cleared for production. The first production model was ready as early as May 1942. The total production of 2,602 machines was produced by Fairey, Blackburn, Boulton Paul and Westland. Basic modifications of Fairey, Barracuda, Barracuda Mk.I, engine, Merlin, 30, 1,260 horsepower. Gunnery 2 machine guns, Vickers K caliber 7.7 mm on top installation. Cargo 1 torpedo or up to 908 kg bombs, 4 by 227 kg bombs or 6 by 113 kg bombs. Crew 3 people. Built 30 aircraft, 25 in Fairey and 5 in Westland. Barracuda Mk.2. Merlin 32 engine, 1,640 horsepower. Armament corresponds to Mk.I. Some of the planes were equipped with ASV-Mk.HN radars with antennas on the upper surface of the wing. At the end of 1944, some of the machines were equipped with ASH radar with an antenna in the cowling on the left wing console. 1,688 machines were produced, 675 for Fairey, 702 for Blackburn, 300 for Boulton Paul, and 13 for Westland. The Barracuda Mk3 was an anti-submarine version of the Mk2, equipped with an ASV Mk10 radar with an antenna in a fairing under the tail section of the fuselage. Built 852 aircraft, 460 Fairey and 392 Boulton Paul. Barracuda TRMK5. Rolls-Royce Griffon 37 engine, 2,020 horsepower. Wing span increased. Mounted 12.7 mm Browning machine gun on top. ASH radar was installed. From November 1945 to October 1947, the Fairey Company had produced 30 aircraft. Flight specifications of Barracuda Mk1 aircraft. Engine. Rolls-Royce Merlin, 30. Power, HP, 1,260. Wingspan, 14.99 meters. The length of the aircraft, 12.13 meters. The height of the plane, 373 meters. Wing area, 38.45 square meters. Mass. Empty aircraft, 4,535 kilogram. Normal takeoff weight, 5,465 kilogram. Maximum takeoff weight, 5,969 kilogram. Maximal speed, 402 kilometers per hour. Time of climb, 1,500 meters per minute. Practical ceiling, 6,490 meters. Radius of action, with 908 kilograms bombs, 322 kilometers. With torpedo, 434 kilometers. On a reconnaissance flight, 483 kilometers. Service and combat use of the Barracuda Fairey during World War II. The Barracuda Mk1 was used only as a training aircraft. The first combat unit to be rearmed with Mk2s in the spring of 1943 was the 827th A. By the end of the year, 11 squadrons received Barracudas. 7 of them were based on aircraft carriers. The new aircraft made its combat debut with the 810th A, assigned to the aircraft carrier Illustries. In September 1943, its machines supported the Allied landings in Salerno, Italy. The most high-profile operation involving the Barracudas was the strike against the battleship Tirpitz on April 3, 1944, which involved 40 aircraft from the Victorias and Furias. At the cost of losing one machine, the Barracudas, acting as pickets, achieved 14 hits, putting the battleship out of action for 2 months. The Tirpitz was subsequently attacked several more times by Barracudas, but only once, on the 24th of August, did it achieve one hit. In addition, since February 1944, the Barracudas continuously attacked enemy ships and vessels in the North Sea and Norwegian ports. In early 1945, the 3 Fleet A Barracudas were transferred to the Royal Air Force Coastal Command. Based at coastal airfields, they carried out anti-submarine patrols. Beginning in March 1944, the Barracudas operated in the Far East. The planes of the 810th and 847th A on the aircraft carrier Illustries were the first to arrive there. They bombed targets in Sumatra in April and attacked Port Blair in the Andaman Islands in June. In August 1944, targets in Sumatra were hit by Barracudas from the Indomitable and the Victorious. British aircraft carriers with Barracudas appeared intermittently in the Far East later on. The last combat operation took place on September 1, 1945, when planes of this type attacked Japanese ships off Hong Kong. By that time the British Pacific Fleet had 4 Barracudas on its aircraft carriers. After World War II, by the end of 1946 the Barracudas were transferred to training units. The last of them were in service until 1953. In July 1945 to May 1946 the Barracudas were flown by the Dutch 860th A. From January 1946 to 1948 12 Mk3 Barracudas were operated by the Canadian 825th A, the aircraft carrier Warrior. In 1948 10 Mk2s with ASH radars were transferred to France, where they were operated from coastal bases.